Welcome back and Happy New Year to everyone. It was a unique weather season across Louisiana, especially in 2025, with some of the extremes being 99 degrees was the hottest temperature back on August 21st. And despite the drought and the heat, we failed to reach 100 degrees last year. Our coldest temp at the airport was 7 degrees. That was with that January winter storm on the 22nd, followed by that impressive 7.6 inches of snow the day before. As far as the wet weather, we didn't have all that much, at least on average, but you will notice our wettest day was actually last month. Now, as far as tornado warnings in the state of Louisiana, there were 119 issued by the National Weather Service offices in Louisiana last year. And out of those 119, 41 of those did produce tornadoes. Now, as far as the National Weather Service office in New Orleans, we are looking at 53 warnings issued for our viewing area from South Mississippi down to the mouth of the Mississippi. And only out of those, 15 of those reported tornadoes. So not every rotating supercell produces tornadoes, thankfully, but those rare cases did happen. No tornadoes here. Look at that beautiful weather out there in Baton Rouge. We're at 60 degrees at the moment, but keep in mind morning lows are going to be a little chilly, dipping into the 40s and low 50s, but that is likely to happen right after midnight. Temperatures slowly rising overnight. So by tomorrow morning, still a little bit on the cooler side. We'll be right in the mid to upper 50s before we top out in the 70s again for tomorrow. So we're undergoing another little warming trend as we go into the weekend. So mid, maybe a few upper 70s for Saturday as well. Rain chances light for Friday. So many of us not going to see anything for Friday, but Friday night and Saturday morning got a 30% chance of rain. But the good news is that it's not going to be an all-day rain event, and it does look like much of that should be out of here before the second half of your Saturday. So here's that cold front. It's going to push through Saturday morning. Showers could linger for some of us as we go into the mid to late morning, but eventually the clouds will decrease, more sunshine and mild weather for the second half of your Saturday. Now, the colder air is likely not going to arrive until Sunday, and that's going to dip us back closer to normal. So we're not looking at any type of Arctic air with this system, but we will be closer to normal, back at least into the 60s for the second half of your weekend. So the weekend looking good overall. No need to cancel your plans. Warming trend that does return for Monday. We're back near 70, then possibly some mid to upper 70s by the middle of next week. Morning lows aren't going to be too bad, mainly in the 40s and 50s.